In 2024, I ran a total of 70 miles across the whole year, averaging 1.3 miles per week. Day 2 done, 11:34 a mile. Boom. Fast forward 6 months into 2025, we've clocked over 600 miles, ran 1 marathon, set a 5k PB, and we're about to embark on our next adventure. On August 16th, we'll be racing our first ultramarathon, the Foxton Hound Ultra 50k, taking ourselves from 1.3 miles per week to that elusive ultramarathon distance. We have 9 solid weeks of training ahead of us, taking our fitness from the marathon build back in April and the 6-week speed block where we set a PB of 19:50. The first run of the week started with a simple easy run, 6 miles at easy pace with 4 times 20-second hill strides to finish. And on to Wednesday, this saw us head into the trails for a 7-mile easy run and 6 times 20-second steep hill strides. I am aiming to get into the trails for at least 2 runs each week throughout this block to help get the legs and feet used to that kind of different terrain that road running provides. But if you've run an ultra before, I want you to let me know down below in the comments how many of your runs on average during the week do you get out in the trails? Does it just depend on week by week for yourselves and when you have access to the trails? Because for me, we are trying to aim for that twice per week with the majority of our running coming on the roads, and then as we get closer to that ultra, I'll try and ramp it up that a little bit just to get any last minute adaptations that we might be able to. So this was our first long run of the block with a bit of threshold work in between. It was 12 miles with 3 of those miles at easy pace, then into a 30-minute at threshold and 5 miles easy. I started this run at 11 AM in 25-degree heat, which if you guys are in the UK right now, I'm sure you've probably been experiencing it as well. For the first time in my life, I ran topless as it was just simply too hot. And as much as it is something I'm not planning on doing all that regularly, I've learned this year, since losing 19 kilograms, to just be proud of my body. It's got me through so much already this year, and I've come so far, and I still feel there's so much more to go, that on a day like that, where I got out at a time that really wasn't great going into the hottest part of the day, to just be proud of what it is, and it doesn't really matter. I did run the 30 minutes at threshold purely off heart rate data, and that's something that we will be using a lot throughout the next 9 weeks, trying to sit in between 170 to 175 beats per minute in this bigger effort. And on to the weekend, me and my little lad volunteered at Parkrun on the morning, and then with just a full day of errands, celebrating a friend's daughter's birthday party, I had to get my 6-mile easy run late in the evening. I feel absolutely rubbish today. I don't know whether it's because I'm running at night and I don't normally run at night, whether we've had a busy day. We're deliberately trying to keep the heart rate extremely low. But yeah, just one of them days that doesn't feel that great. But it is still one of them days where I go, 7 months ago, I wouldn't even be running anyway. So regardless, it doesn't particularly matter. Just get out, enjoy it, have fun. I'm not far off wrapping up now, and this is kind of a note to myself for future. Whenever you feel like you don't want to get out the door, or that the run started rubbish, just trust the process. Not every run is going to feel great, but I feel so much better than what I did an hour ago. And I can't really put into words how much running has changed me this year. Probably do another video on that. So warm up done, just over 3 miles, average heart rate of 147. We're now going to attack the 5 miles where I'm aiming to kind of go about an average of 165 heart rate across those 5 miles. I don't really know what pace that's going to translate to, but I want to be by the end of the 5 miles at kind of 165, you know, to kind of have that average across there. So we'll see how it goes and let's go have some fun. Picking up this pace a little and allowing myself to push more on the hills where appropriate. I did also run this in the Adidas Evo SL, and they are just one of my favourite shoes right now. So run done. We started off a little bit too high on the heart rate, but that's because there was a hill. So we pushed up that quite aggressively, I'd say. But we managed to hit, I think it was 164 heart rate across the whole 5 miles was the average. Obviously some highs, some lows, depending on whether we're going up, down, all that sort of thing. Not too sure what the pace was. I think running it felt about 7:30 for those 5 miles, 7:30 a mile. I don't know, I'm trying to get a feel, like I'm not checking my watch for like the pace that I'm at. Obviously I'm just kind of going off feel and heart rate. So I'm trying to get a feel of what the pace feels like and then check it, you know, at the end. So let's see how we did. So then that's our first week done. 40 miles clocked on the cards with 8 weeks remaining. If you did miss our Manchester Marathon recap video, click this link right up here to see how we got on back in April.